is an MFA student at the Michener Center for Writers at the University of Texas, Austin. His poems have appeared or are forthcoming in American Poetry Review, Best New Poets, the Kenyon Review, Poetry, and elsewhere. His chapbook, Séance in Daylight, was the winner of the 2018 Frost Place Chapbook Competition. Congratulations, Yuki, and welcome.
Thank you for coming. Oh, by the way, Rachel has her own reading on Thursday? Saturday, reading from her novels. So I'm going to read probably 7 to 8 poems. Can you hear me in the back? Oh. I seem to have like allergy attacks, so it might sound kind of beautifully nasal. The first poem is in the book, in the chapbook, is called Homecoming. In the heart of a forest, a boy leans on a light-lashed horse. He is not crying. The horse unhurt, just as a husky is unhurt. Lost in the forest, stroking the frosted skin of its muscular neck, he looks far ahead, someone waiting. He thinks, make our journey last a little longer. Say, it was a small, beautiful town. He was loved by friends. No, he says, he had only the horse made of white threads. Put them out, and the horse would lose its strength and collapse into a man. The idea is comforting. He could tell the horse, who is now a man, he is tired and cannot go on. I grew up in a very small town and surrounded by nature, so I have a lot of animals in my poems, and try to get them out, but they just come back in sometimes. But this one, I think, doesn't have a lot of animals. So the next poem is called Death in Parentheses. He came home with his right leg made a bit shorter, but they didn't notice. A landmine did it, he said to himself, and I was the only one who heard him, because I followed him everywhere like a son. He hobbled when no one was looking, and I hobbled behind him. When he plucked an iris, I plucked the one next to it, and we thought of purple evening clouds. When he killed a butterfly, he'd take off the wings first, then crush it with his fingers and smell it. I tried to catch one, but it flipped away. He wanted to build a huge power plant to keep us from disappearing. I nodded and pointed out all the recent deaths, how quick they were. Tomatoes not as plump as they used to be. The maple trees discolored, their branches like veins with no fat around them. All this, he decided, meant we needed new things. But I disagreed on this. Why new? Why not old me? I, who have lived here for many years, even before he was born. But he didn't listen. Mosquitoes come and go, full and happy. Outside the window, the plant looms of the village. He looks prettier than I thought, which makes me want to kiss him. But I know it will burn my lips, and I won't be able to speak to anyone with my charred mouth. I saw him dressed up for a meeting, and they shouted, blaming him for his empty head, for wanting too much. The next time I saw him, he was in bed, old and delirious. He opened his eyes and held my hand for the first time and said, don't push yourself, come back alive. He was buried in his ever-vanishing land, and I flew off into my friendless life. I lived in St. Louis for about 6 years, doing a PhD, which is like a curse upon me now. But I went back to MFA now, and I'm doing MFA. So in St. Louis, there's a history museum there, and I saw those photographs of Japanese women who had come to Japan in 1904 for the World's Fair. And when I saw those photographs, I felt somehow connected to them, and they looked so, as you can tell, they looked so unhappy. They were there as a part of a Japan exhibit for the World's Fair. And those photographs sort of stayed with me, so I wrote 2 poems based on those photographs. And I think I'm going to read one of them. This is called The Empire of Light. We are asked to stand at a pond. A sudden light drowns us, 4 empty turtles filled with flowers. We use our bodies to grasp a foreign tongue. red-eyed fingers, porcelain skin, dark eyelashes that never fall. Come, we say in unison, and they come, as ants gather around a slowly loosening sugar cube. Here is a bowl to keep us whole. Here is a peacock fan to cool our foreheads. On a rainy day, we furnish our room with pink shells, pink imitation lips. There is no ocean here. A stuffed bird on the mantel has a calm look. Hunted in sleep, gutted. The senses all dried up. Thirst, terror. A fake crane in the garden waits for spring. Droplets in the window swarm over marigolds like blind bees. The tip of my long hair can disturb the water, and sweet ink overflows a delicate vial. Soon I am going home, changed, forgotten. A girl in a barren field, pressing twilight to her throat. Now in my last year, I feel like now I'm going home feels like it's a bit too personal for me, but hopefully I'll stick around. So I'm going to read perhaps the only kind of comic poem in the book. The book is kind of, in the chapter is kind of very serious, but this one is a little bit comedic. The title alludes to Coleridge's poem called Frost at Midnight. The poem is about this father addressing his son, the baby, sleeping, and then he sort of has this nice, very beautiful meditation. But I'm not a parent, and it's a kind of hard poem to write now. A parent looking at a child, it can come out as sentimental. So I went in a different direction with this, by replacing a child with a parrot, with a cockatoo. And it's called Prognosis at Midnight. I listen to the moon, but it doesn't say much about my life. Quiet night is for my cockatoo. He keeps chattering until my neighbor comes over to complain. Then I read a local newspaper. No murder, no robbery. One grandmother fell down the stairs and broke her hip. I lick my inky fingers and order my imaginary chauffeur to get ready. I'll visit her and comfort her. I'd say, I read about you, I'm terribly sorry. This is my cockatoo, he's 12 and loves carrots. He would share her hospital dinner and be happy. Other sick people gather around us, admiring my cockatoo, who looks proud in his cage, unfurling his light pink wings like stage curtains, and I'm his assistant. Grandma, worried that I become silent, tells me how tired I look. I had a series of nightmares, I say. My boss returned from the grave and fired me. Baz attacked me like a slow bullet, but bigger. I was bleeding. She says, when I'm alone, I paint eyes on a pear and whisper, I'm watching over you. That makes her stronger. Back home, my body thin and healthy, cooling my feet on a crystal ball like a psychic out of business. I look out the window. I don't know which leaves will fall first or why. There aren't many trees left. Not much is left of this little town. So from here on, it's going to be all serious. So, so the next one is called Ghost in Waiting, and some of you might know, Japanese folklore has so many ghosts, and I always wanted to write one ghost poem. So Ghost in Waiting. He watches me through the oleander bush. The rain has softened his cigarette. Is he burning still? A jar of plums cools underground, maturing the flesh. He lingers inside the flames, his hair like weeds grasping a stone, the bones breaking, until what's left is the scraped roof of a mouth. After he'd resist the morning chill, unshriveled, we are not separate. His scent reddens the hour. The air thickens as the smoke enters the room. I wish for a breeze that animates my hair. I will not suffocate a bee. Pollen over his bright chest. What grows from where to what? Trapped heat, dirt, thick gauze on the wound that heals and unheals in sweat. That's a kind of an Austin poem. I would really sweat. I sweat it all the time. So I'm gonna read. I think I'm gonna read just read one more poem. I think time-wise is okay, right? Okay, the last one is called Evidence of Nocturne, and I want to tell some little backstory to this. It's kind of validates the workshop. I think I enjoy creative writing workshops, and I took a first-year seminar with some people like Lucas was there, and others were there, and I turned in a poem which is different from this, but I had like a line in it. And then Lucas said, "Oh, I like it," and then and I always remembered, and I also liked it, so I just kept that line, and then I finally wrote a poem and then used it. So, thank you. And so this is called Evidence of Nocturne. Whatever is singing above, come down. Drink a lake from my eyes. Fever and azaleas both thriving on the shore. Don't eat when your mouth is dry. Even a scrap of bread makes you bleed. Withdraw. No lion devours the bones of a beloved. Tonight, after rain, I'd like you to fly through these irises. Your blue mustache, blue cheeks, infected the sky. You can be frail here. Between the clouds, a moonlit plain, 1,000 houses to be washed away. This pile of wood wished to be a stairway, but couldn't. Will you pretend to climb it? Thank you.